Welcome back to the show. You know, there's still plenty of great weather left for that outdoor dining experience, and here to help us with it and setting a beautiful table is Timothy DeClue from the Timothy DeClue Collection, now at Pacific Place in Seattle, and I want to talk to you about that in a second. Yes. But first, I want to know how I can score an invite to dinner at your house, because this setup is beautiful.
Thank you.
So let's go down the line and talk about some of the things that you feel are just essential for an outdoor dining experience, starting with the dinnerware.
Sure. So we have a line of dinnerware that is a mix and match type dinnerware. So we have like a striped dinner plate, a sea fan dinner plate, and then we have like octopus, fish, and crab, and even a Seattle plate.
I love
that you can mix and match it. So I like to say you use the real stuff outside. It's not about using you know, the melamine or anything, so you shouldn't worry about it.
That's interesting. That's a different take on things, because I know that folks really invest in like a whole melamine collection, and then they have their home stuff. So I think it's interesting that you say you can just use your dinnerware.
Yeah, use your dinnerware and don't be afraid to use it outside. I mean, what are you doing playing, you know, frisbee with your dinner plates?
That's
Probably
true.
not.
And if you break one, it's fine.
Yeah,
you know,
come back down to the store and grab another one.
There's also something you feel like formal to casual, right?
Yeah, so you can do a little formal, so you use a napkin ring, you use some better linens, finer linens that are more detailed.
That napkin ring, by the way, is out of this world. It's like a geode on a napkin ring.
Yeah, on a crystal napkin ring.
So that's the fancy.
The fancy,
that's the fancy
formal
version, okay. And so then what is the more dressed down version if if it's just the folks coming out?
Using the same dinnerware, you can see that we dressed this one down a little bit, but instead of using a napkin, we're using a kitchen towel as a napkin, which is a great way to have a different style. And we layer it under the plate.
Okay, keep that shot right now, because I just want to show you all. Look at this. You see this little rowboat? You're like, what is that? Isn't that cute?
Yeah,
you know what this is? It's salt and pepper. It's like for seasoning. Look at that, the little oars. You dig it out? It's
solid pewter, which is really fun. And,
what a great...
One of those per place setting would be really fun to do, or have it to pass around,
Okay, I like that. Maybe a couple for the table.
A couple for the table.
And what a great gift. I know that's my Aunt Eileen. I hope she's not watching today, because that's what you're getting. Next time I need to give you a gift. I love that. Let's talk about this glassware, because first of all, I want to start with this. It's the whole octopus theme.
Yes.
This
and
is
it matches
beautiful.
the dinnerware. And the dinnerware, the octopus is called Blue Lucy. So that's her name. And this is her barware as well. She's not blue, but it's just Lucy barware. And there are probably about 6 different silhouettes. So that's the red wine. There's white wine. There's double old fashions. And they're really beautiful sets.
They're gorgeous.
And they're sold in pairs.
And they're fascinating to look at, which is what I really like.
Yes.
I always like something like that that's really fascinating. Speaking of which, these glasses here, they're so reminiscent of the 1960s, the classic thing, but there's like a special twist on these, right?
Yes, so each glass, there's a school of fish, and there's one fish that's swimming in the opposite direction, and it represents a unique spirit in all of us.
Oh, I'm trying to find the fish on this one.
So it's a great little
Oh, you all saw
starter.
it already. Okay, there it is right there.
There it is, yep.
Swimming in the ocean. I think that's so fun!
So we all have that friend or us that is that unique spirit, so it's kind of fun to give away as a gift. Oftentimes, yes.
And this is part of the Timothy DeClue Collection.
Yes.
It's called School of Fish.
School of Fish.
Okay, I love that. I was just mentioning getting a gift for my aunt, but I think hostess gifts are something that we all kind of struggle with. You know, is it the bottle of wine? But you've kind of created an updraft of that, like more of an upsell to the bottle of wine.
Yep, so we have the bottle of wine, and you wrap a towel around it, tie a nice ribbon around it. So it's just a simple way to give a nice gift and a nice bottle of wine. So
this is great, because I literally recently at a store and thinking, what am I going to get for someone? And I didn't realize I could have just grabbed a dish towel and wrapped it all beautifully like that, although it takes a little bit of creativity to wrap that up.
A little bit. Sometimes I'll actually open the towel and put the bottle in it, and it's a little easier. I just didn't want to cover the label of the wine of the...
Very smart. On the same line as towels, you kind of added it with a soap and a dish?
Yeah, so we have a sushi dish, which is part of the same line as the dinnerware, and that's the fish line. And then we did a towel and a bar soap. It's just kind of really simple. And then it's something that if you give that as a gift to the hostess or host, they don't have to find a vase to put the flowers in. They don't have to worry about what are we going to do with this. So it's kind of something, and it's useful, definitely.
And candles are always useful.
Candles are always useful.
We
have a line that we call marine, and it has a little sea salt and minerals of the sea. And it's great. And also, what I like to do is also have like a basket of throws out on the patio. And so, which is great. So if someone gets cold, they can just grab a little throw, or we have alpaca scarves, which are shawls,
Yeah.
and then we have wool throws.
Oh, these are really soft,
Aren't
too.
they soft?
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. I might just, end up walking home with this.
Yeah,
I'm not
maybe.
going to lie. But no, this is great, especially living in the Pacific Northwest. We
Right.
all know, and most of my friends, when I go, they'll have throws around because, the temperature does drop.
Yes.
But all you need is like a light throw and you're
light throw.
comfortable. It's just a bug and a rug.
Exactly.
So cozy. Let's talk about where your store is now, because I'm actually super excited about this. Pacific Place. We know
Yes.
it's gone through a lot, but you've opened your store there now, and I couldn't be more thrilled for you.
Yeah, we opened on July 1st, and we're excited to be back downtown because I was downtown for several years. We've been doing pop-ups since the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of a rebuild of downtown. And with all the tourists there, I think it's a wonderful way to, welcome them back into Seattle.
Yeah. You are making, like you said, a conscious effort for this and really committing to Seattle. Tell me more about why that is so important for business owners to start doing.
I think that as a small business, we need to be the first in and kind of make the break there and just show that Seattle's back and we're back and we're ready for everyone to come back and do their shopping downtown.
I was downtown recently with, taking my grandma to meet a friend who was in town, and I couldn't believe the foot traffic. I mean, there's really a lot of people downtown again.
Yeah, and it's actually up to the 2018 times, and so it's great. It's safe down there. That's the other thing.
I will say I go to Pacific Place a lot because that's kind of the closest for me from the studio to go shopping for makeup or whatever we need.
And parking is
and
convenient.
parking is great. I mean, it's still going to cost you at Pacific Place, but you know what? It's fun. It's safe. It's worth it. That's what I always say.
Right.
It's phenomenal.
And then you're right there across from Nordstrom, so you can just run across the Sky Bridge.
You can go to the movie theater.
Movie theater.
Just don't forget, this is not an advertisement for Pacific Place, but we're giving you some love right here. You're welcome.
There's some great food upstairs too. So
much
and
stuff.
Small businesses throughout.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Timothy, for coming and sharing these great ideas with us. These are ideas I'm going to carry with me for years to come, so we really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.